Microphone check. A very good evening, everyone. From wherever you're watching, dear viewers, a very good evening to you. A very good evening, everyone. You're in front of camera. Yeah? Unless you sit still. Extend a bit behind so that you don't shake this one. If you shake, I will say it's more than I agree. Good evening, everybody, for yet another time. Welcome to day number 2 of 4 days that we are going to be having of non-stop action. Yesterday, if you remember, there was a money match between Jackson ASIKU and Ivan Murungi. Today we are having this one between ASIKU and Lawrence. Tomorrow we shall be having a 16-man comp that will be played at Shore Lounge in Chirinya. And then on Sunday we shall be having a 48-man comp that will be played at Laban's Arena in the town of Entebbe. So it's going to be non-stop streaming throughout the course of the weekend, enjoying pool. Also, I also appreciate the fact that sports fans are pretty much the same. I know many of you will be enjoying the Football World Cup. Yes, I do request you to squeeze some time in to watch these games, because yes, it is worth the while. It is a chilly Sunday evening. Today is Friday, 12th June 2026. We are once again at Adi Sport in Kampala, a venue that is in some kind of way the new fighting ground, the new battleground for some of Uganda's best players. Now, there have been a series of many matches that have been happening between a new kid on the block called Jackson ASIKU, who is just 14, soon becoming 15. The boy that is donning white, that is managed by his new management team, that is Big Kills. He did play in the recent past 2 money matches against Ivan Murungi, who traveled all the way from Fort Portal, which is just under 400 kilometers west of Kampala, simply to play matches with this guy, or will I say this boy. And both of those matches for Ivan ended in defeat. There are 2 other players besides Ivan Murungi who want a piece of Jackson ASIKU. Now, one of them is Lawrence, the player that ASIKU is facing off today, and the other is Modern Aguma, who is traveling from the city of Mbarara, about 200 kilometers west of Kampala, to have a match against ASIKU. That one should be scheduled for this coming Monday. 2 frames played, both of them have been won by the youngster, that is ASIKU, and 0 for Lawrence, the guy that just visited the table prior, the one that is donning the pink of his management team, the Advanced Talent Agency, and is one of 3 players that are managed by the agency, the other 2 being Cesar Chandiga and Malvan Mkonza of Zimbabwe. But for this match, the kid, that is ASIKU, is the faster player out of the blocks, winning the first 3 frames all in a row. Jackson ASIKU 3 and Lawrence Sengonge 0. I need the rubber band. No rubber band. Special appreciation to the management teams of both of these players. And once again for Lawrence, the ATA, his management team. I'm suspicious his boss, we call him Manager Kim, that's why we call him the ATA boss, is, I think, watching this one, maybe in some kind of disbelief. Also special thanks to Big Kells, ASIKU's manager, who is watching this one, maybe in pride other than agony, watching his boy, who is set to win a 4th consecutive frame, which when you think of will be a 4th consecutive race against a 3rd player. It will be 2 frames won by ASIKU with a single visit of the table. Another is gone, coming closer to taking an insurmountable lead. Jackson ASIKU 4 and Lawrence Sengonge 0. There are 2 streams of the same match, that is Break and Finish Live Facebook as well as Break and Finish Live YouTube. And from where I'm watching, both streams look okay. The Facebook stream looks okay, the YouTube stream looks even finer. Feel free to watch from a platform of your preference. A friend of mine that normally brings us the action from the northern city of Kitgum is at the venue. Later in the stream, he will be joining the commentary booth for the Facebook stream, and then I may have to be on one of the streams, that is the YouTube stream, as he does the Facebook commentary. It feels nice when you seem like some kind of mentor. That's the advantage of time, When I do something before you, Then when you come, you talk to me for some kind of consultancy, then it feels big that I'm a mentor. I'm kidding, eh? I'm not trying to blow some kind of trumpet. Playing the Reds is the 14-year-old, and for the first 4 frames he seems to be playing against himself. And of the 4 races he has been playing in the space of the last week, the 4th race is the one that he's starting off best. This one will be a chance for Lawrence. He's limited to playing some safeties. And the safe he plays, I'm not so certain though. The shot he's just played is safe enough. You can see there is some space between the yellow of Lawrence and the jaw for ASIKU to pass his red. He passes it though not sufficient enough. The pocket is now partially occupied by Lawrence's yellow and ASIKU's red. And Lawrence now takes full control over the pocket by playing his yellow off the cushion to pack it right in front of ASIKU's red. And maybe Lawrence realizes he needs all of the experience and the stamina. He's slightly the more experienced player. He's also more accustomed to the, in quotes, touch game. But ASIKU, if he decides to, can equal anybody to the touch game. And this is a frame that is testing the mantle of both of the players. Lawrence may be deciding to change his game style, realizing that in terms of offense, the young man is probably a little too much for him. That will be a very well taken shot with a very sharp cut, and also avoidance of fouling, also avoidance of putting a ball, and yet he played his yellow off ASIKU's red. If defense can be a very good shot, that was it. Now ASIKU responds in the same exact way. 4 frames to 0. Lawrence is starting as down, and here he is, a player and that is Nigerian inspired, playing against a player that is Nigerian managed. Lawrence calls himself Dangote. In fact, when you look for Lawrence in Ugandan poll circles, you will find it harder to look for him than when you look for Dangote. The Nigerian business mogul, who I understand is one of the biggest businessmen on the entire African continent, who Lawrence looks forward to as an idol. So sometime when you hear me calling him Dangote, it is his nickname. ASIKU is starting to get some nicknames around the place. Some people just call him General ASIKU, especially because of one of the comps that he won prior. His fans generated an AI developed image of him donning full military attire. They say he's a general. Of course, there's no general who is 14. Maybe they call him a general of the pool table. Continuation of touch, as we call it, with Lawrence clearly realizing he needs this. But look at how this young man is dragging cue ball and leaves it touching. The red is just played pretty, almost touching. The cue ball danced a little on its way to being played into the red, and Lawrence is realizing that even in the touch game, he may be matched by the young man, if not be outmatched. And one thing I know, that in these races, you need consistency in attacking play more than anything else. Now you can enjoy. You fish. Starting to look like, even after a very hard fight by Lawrence, trying to win his first frame of the match, which is the fifth of them all, that big fight by Lawrence is on the verge of counting for exactly nothing. ASIKU versus the Black to make it 5 in a row. Black is sunk. ASIKU 5, Lawrence 0. Rest to 16 for $300. Special shout out to some of you watching. First of all, from the YouTube stream, Julius Chimera. You say that ASIKU is going to beat the whole village. Julius, don't get excited, eh? Well, DB, you say after Lawrence's tactical frame, he has ended up losing frame number 5. Yes, it is Professor Bonaparte supporting Junior. Caleb Mohire, thank you for watching. Caleb, stop it, eh? Yes, Caleb is the guy that he's very stubborn. He's the guy that won the comp that I remember streaming about 6 weeks ago today. That guy that beat Caesar 8-2 in that final in Entebbe. In the same neighborhood is where we shall be this coming Sunday. We wait to see if Caleb will be repeating his finest shooter in Entebbe antics, eh? That was more of Caleb, whom I know is very talented, but he can sometimes mean to be a big coward. And yes, Caleb will be one of 16 players that will be shooting out this coming Saturday. Actually, tomorrow, a 16-man compete will be at Shore Lounge in Chirinya Town, which is close to where we are. And draws have been made for that competition here, and these will be the fixtures in them. Morning or early afternoons, Jackson ASIKU versus Herbert Mukisa. The player called the Hustler versus Alfred Gumikiza Black Sheep. Dog City will be taking on Caesar in the first round. Modern Aguma to take on Ibrahim Kayanja. Ramadan Sula taking on Simon Nobola the Computer. Moses Omara versus Farouk. Matumba Caleb versus Yahya. Those ones are now under the same management. And the last game shall be big between Mansour and Ian in the left-handers battle. This one is for right-handers. It is for supremacy between ASIKU and Lawrence. In some kind of way, Big Kills versus ATA. Jackson ASIKU with yet another clinicism at its maximum best, at its brightest best, and at its youngest best. ASIKU 6, Lawrence 0. The young man breaks for the 4th time in the match. It is the 7th overall, but it's the first time that he is scratching on the break in the match. It is the first time that Lawrence is having a real meaningful opportunity to win a first frame in the match. And if he doesn't win this frame, Lawrence, he will be starting to think himself out of hope. As for a free shot, he plays reds into space. He leaves 2 reds at the bottom corner pocket on the left, having a yellow in between them. That makes it relatively tricky, even choosing the better option of color of the 2 to pot to go for the frame by reverse dish. Big K Bantwana, thank you for watching from the Facebook stream. Donald Kenya, watching from Botswana. Maweng, you say set the balls with the yellow next time, bro. By the way, I will admit this one as some kind of weakness. The order of racking of balls by the standard black ball rack is clear, but for most of the time, especially in this country, for most players, it doesn't matter which color of balls is at the tip and which color is at the bottom. They just organize one color at the top and one color at the bottom, and that's it. It's not right, but it's one of those common inconsistencies around that one, I admit. Salongo Mugula Casemiro supporting ASIKU on the Facebook stream, and Jose Njuguna says ASIKU is a lookalike of Caesar. I don't know if he looks like Caesar, but the two have a similarity there. They hail from the same ancestral village, will I say. Both come from neighboring districts in northwestern Uganda. ASIKU, born in Arua, in northwestern Uganda, neighbors with Uganda, near the border between Uganda and Congo Democratic Republic. And then Caesar is born in Moyo town, which is a little more eastwards, neighbors between Uganda and South Sudan, but both districts are within the same region. And maybe you should start to look out for that region. Maybe something is a little too special with West Nile, given some of the products that come out of that area. And whoever will be watching this match from the town of Entebbe in Uganda, where Lawrence is born and bred, will be saying, come on, Lawrence. It is really starting to feel as if he must win this frame to stand a chance. And if he doesn't win it, it will be absolutely painful, especially knowing that you are taking on a youngster who is shooting like he is possessed. Lawrence maybe could have played the cue ball with intent into the black. Now he's limiting himself to sight of only one of the reds, the one that is close to being frozen. It is just near the cushion and the left. The idea is to bank it into the corner pocket bottom right. If he does, he will stand a chance as good as any of winning the frame. The bank must be accurate. Will it be? Yes, it is. At the end of the day, there is a sigh of relief that maybe Lawrence will be winning his first frame of the match. There is some kind of cut between white and red. It doesn't make the cue ball natural. In Lawrence potting, he may have to bounce the cue ball off at least 2 cushions. He bounces it off 1 cushion, and realistically he will want to pot black to the diagonal corner pocket top left of the screen. His potting ability is relatively decent, if not good. He's expected to sink this one, and sink he does. He wins his first of the match. out of 7. Lawrence 1, ASIKU 6, race to 16 for $300. Not you. You are a fish. Both. Facebook, YouTube. I don't know why it's looking makes me hungry. One of those times when whichever opportunity you give to your opponent, they just take it away. The young man that is ASIKU, a new sensation of Ugandan and regional and African pool, is here to mean business. This is a match that most people thought will give him the hardest time of them all, not because the opponents he played prior are not good players, most especially Ivan. Many people, many onlookers, many observers were saying that Ivan was not in a very good mood, and Lawrence will give ASIKU a very good challenge. So far, Lawrence is being out-thought, out-challenged, out-competed, and so far well beaten. Jackson ASIKU 7 and Dangote 1, race to 16. Another chance to break, another chance to try and win a frame by the same youngster. The same round, the break is dry. Advantage, Dangote. So tell me who you're supporting in the match if you're watching from Nigeria. The two players have a little bit of Nigeria in them. Lawrence, a Nigerian inspired, he calls himself Dangote. You definitely know which Dangote is his idol if you're Nigerian, while ASIKU is Nigerian, managed by Big Kells. These actions shall happen for, I think, quite long. I know that Lawrence will want to, as much as possible, slow down the pace of the match, because that provides him the biggest chance of victory. And he has a very good mindset. He also believes himself a lot. He knows that as long as there is still a fighting chance, he can fight. Fabio Rogers, you says even if he rests for 1 hour, he cannot win because you've accepted that the ASIKU guy is a new tax collector. Okay, for me, I'll not be excited a lot. And many of you want the comparison between Herbert and ASIKU. Tune in tomorrow afternoon. It will be the first match on the live stream about 1, if not 2 p.m. East African time in the 16-man comp. The two will be racing to 9. Straight knockout in tomorrow's 16-man competition. Atogan, I hope I'm not murdering your name. Atogan Grakoyana from South Africa. You say ASIKU has no respect for elders. He's just fighting for money, as though he has rent to sort out. The young man is still staying with his parents like expected. Canadian boy you'd. You told if ASIKU managed to execute Ivan Moronji, then Dangote is a fraud. Why are you guys not very kind with your words? Kita Mabonda says Ugandans take Paul seriously. That's why the best players come from Uganda. Well, best players from Uganda. Some of the best players on the continent do come from here, but there are so many other countries that produce others of the finest players that the continent has got now. Zambia, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, those three, but also huge respect to South Africa, that in terms of the men's category still has a bulk of the best players in the country. And in the ladies category of the elite players, I think the Ugandans edge it today. Caleb Muherit is raised to 16. And the players did have a briefing. They can only have timeout after 10 frames are played. So this one ongoing is frame number 9. I think whatever the case will be, after the 10th frame, Lawrence will have timeout. They've also been briefed, and in special reference to what happened yesterday, that when it is timeout, they do not have permission to access the table. If someone wants to practice, they can use any of the other tables at the arena. Now we are using this match table, a match that has been ASIKU dominated, with the youngster leading 7 frames to 1, and it's the youngster could increase his lead and could increase it now. He realizes there is space between yellow and the jaw of the corner pocket for him to pass the black, and passes the black with power. and proficiency and accuracy as he extends his lead even further, starting to look a little bit disgusting for from a Lawrence perspective. The score is kind of shaming. Lawrence 1 and ASIKU 8. You see, Lawrence is a friend of mine and is one player that I like so much. I have to admit I'm even feeling bad. I know he's a bad loser. Should he lose this match, he may be inconsolable for quite some time. He did give me a call 3 days ago and asked me to line up ASIKU for him. His initial idea was to have this match played Thursday, which was yesterday, but ASIKU's team decided to respect Ivan's request for a rematch because Ivan had been defeated by ASIKU on Tuesday and Ivan had suggested that the two rematch on Thursday. So ASIKU was gentleman enough to say that, Lawrence, I will play you, but only after giving Ivan a rematch. A rematch that ended in tears for Ivan, and so far it has been tears for Lawrence. So thanks to Lawrence's team, the ATA looks like they may have thrown him in the line of fire unless something happens. Lawrence improves his pattern and then ASIKU's playing level goes down a little. Otherwise, so far in this match there is one relatively good player, Lawrence, and a much better player, ASIKU. As if he's playing off cushion, as if he doesn't want to put this will be tricky. There was no way that yellow was not going in. Maybe he intended to put and then play snooker now. And ASIKU snookers only partially. Flex Extra, thank you for watching, supporting Dangote. Mtafari Jimmy supporting ASIKU on the Facebook stream. Astra Extra. He's asking who has 6. Then it was 6, now it is 8 after one up. Dennis Chirigwajo asked, it is 8 frames to 1. Dear viewers watching from Facebook and YouTube, with ASIKU leading in a race to 16 for $300 US, which I will be handing over to the first person to 16. Maybe I may have assumed, I may have allocated this match in my mind a little bit more time than it may actually take. Given Lawrence's safety antics when he decides to slow down the game, my assumption was that we are going to need 3 hours to play this race to completion if Lawrence doesn't improve his scoreline now and for certain win a good number of frames in a row. We may need a lot less time than that to determine a winner. Junior Innocent Makwarimba says this ASIKU kid is the next African champ and number 1. I first saw ASIKU 3 years ago. He was just 11. He looks very young. Then he was just this kid whom you thought had escaped from home or school. He had been presented by his manager. I remember him. He's called Pius. Then he told me, Peter, there is this youngster who trains at our place. He told me it was a 64-man comp that was organized at a venue that is called Amigos in Kampala by a gentleman called Fahad. We call him E-Play because E-Play Billiards were the sponsors And then I remember Pius asking me to stream a match involving ASIKU, whom I was seeing for the first time. I remember he was lined up against a veteran player called Charles Segawa. It was race to 5, but in case they were drawing 4-4, they were to have penalties. I remember this kid ASIKU drawing with Segawa 4-4 at the elapse of time. He only lost in a penalty shootout. It was clear that his career was going to be big. And the kid that I saw play that day, when you were to think of what he could become in terms of how good he could become at best, I don't even think we have seen his best. I think his game is still growing. There are still things he needs to sort out, just a few, but most especially in terms of perfection and sometimes temperament. When he feels things are not going well for him, and then longevity. For frame number 10, at least victory seems to be going the way of Mr. Dangote as he puts black to the corner pocket bottom right and wins a second. Jackson ASIKU 8, Lawrence Sengonge 2. The two players, if interested, may now have timeout, but it seems they want to play on. So you're having our first time out of the match as requested by Lawrence. Of course, ASIKU feels that he wants to do some practice on the table, but the players were briefed after taking lessons from yesterday's happenings between Ivan and ASIKU that yes, practicing during a match is nowadays no-go territory. Timeout. One of the managers at the venue will be filling the table as ASIKU comes. And please be reminded, we're having 2 streams at the same time on Break and Finish Live Facebook as well as Break and Finish Live YouTube. The streams will remain on, commentary resuming with the resumption of play. Once again, Lawrence 2 and ASIKU 9.
Kali achi. Kali. Kali zenyu.
As the second half of the match, will I call it the second half or the second third? Should be one more timeout left between these players. You are watching a money match for not too much. It is $300 for which Lawrence Sengonge donning pink and on table and Jackson ASIKU donning white are playing for racing to 16 here at Adiz Sport in Kampala, presenting to you the action from Facebook and YouTube in audio and video. You are listening to the voice of Simon Peter Chobe. Lawrence Dangote, as he is nicknamed, has found himself losing 9 of the first 11 matches, but this is going to be the first time that he will be winning 2 frames in a row and a third overall for himself. 9 frames to 3. ASIKU still leads, racing to 16 for $300. As for the 16-man comp that will be happening tomorrow, Lawrence is choosing not to participate. ASIKU will be participating and has been drawn to play against Herbert Mokisa. Keep me company, 2 p.m. same platform you will be watching the game, coming to you live from Shore Lounge in Kirinya. We shall be having action up to around midnight, if not even further. We've witnessed ASIKU breaking and potting 2 yellows. Perhaps it were 2 reds and 1 yellow. He leaves an open table. I have a feeling he may want to play the reds. Lawrence will be remembering to flip the scoreboard in his favor. Remember, the table is open up to this point. It is now open no longer. That's exactly what ASIKU needed. Pot a ball, then play the cue ball into the yellow that was at the left side of the black. He may not be fortunate with the resting position of the cue ball after the shot is played. He still needs a shot to recover from this kind of situation. And how good will the recovery be? He does put another yellow. I get a feeling he may have intended to play the white into the pile-up of yellow and red to split the yellow open. He has not come anywhere close, and I think that one will go down as a poor shot.
Hello. Nkuwulira bulungi. Nkuwulira bulungi. Ndi bulungi ogamba oti. Olusolwa abantu abangamba naye bankubirako ne baŋŋamba ate tugenda kuba tetuliiwo. Waliwo ndudde nga sigenda waliwo binibyo bikki naye bwemba nze gwe nga ndi okuteeka the first thing is to go there physically. Ngira wawo you first even develop the tournament in mind. Nogamba nja kuba nkola bwenti nga pange bwenti bazanyira wali wagizi emmeeza ziri bisatu ng'emu eri wali endala eri wali bwebiti. Era ndudde okugendawo gemazima wabeerawo nnyo qualifiers nayo kifo omanya ekifo nga bbaala nnyo naye era beta notuukawo.
And we're left to seeing how efficient ASIKU Junior will be utilizing this opportunity. How proud he must be making his management team big kills of late. And if there is a good way to utilize an opportunity, that one is one. He needs to put yellow to the corner pocket top left, but the cue ball must bounce off to cushions and then come all the way bottomwards. Poetry in motion. Chance given, chance utilized in frame number 13. The victory will go the way of ASIKU. And very importantly now, he gets himself into double figures of scores for the very first time in the match, needing to win 6 while his opponent does need to win 13 of the remaining 18 frames. Jackson ASIKU 10 and Lawrence Dangote 3, racing to 16 for $300. He will be a very confident boy, looking like he may cash in 3 days out of 4. Actually, it is 4 days out of the last 5. Oh, sorry. If he wins this one, it will be 5 days out of the last 6. He cashed in on a 2-day comp at Rockies Arena last Sunday. He played the race against Ivan Marunji and won it on Monday. He won a 4-man comp on Tuesday, lost out in a 32-man comp on Wednesday, won the rematch against Ivan on Thursday yesterday, now leads against Lawrence and leads bigly on Friday. And this is him not only potting red, it is him creating space between another red and the black and the yellow. He may be a little unfortunate for the fact that a red is now positioned close to black and just behind the corner pocket where Lawrence has his yellow. And his idea of playing to open up the pocket, maybe occupy it with his red, has not come to pass.
Otherwise, in this case,
I'm struggling.
Can't say it's not charging.
For those that are watching from the YouTube stream, please accept my apologies. We lost the video for about 3-4 minutes. I have to be frank with you. I had run out of data. You may realize there is increased video resolution. That means I'm using a different gadget which allows such a resolution which gives you the quality of video that you are watching. This, I can tell you, it is very expensive. The data that I loaded before the match would ordinarily stream a race to 25 to completion, but it was exhausted just about after 13 frames played. The thing that is remaining constant is the playing level of Jackson ASIKU. Even though he has been very good of late, today he's a little too much for Lawrence, and just like that, a 13th frame is done. ASIKU 13, Lawrence 3 out of 16, racing to 16 for $300. And the youngster breaks again. Yet again he breaks dry. Yet again Lawrence with a chance. Clearly Lawrence will probably want to play yellows, most especially because of the pile-up of 3, if not 4 reds near the bottom right corner of the table. And yet they have a yellow packed in front of them and occupying the corner pocket. There is a red at the corner pocket top left. It's top right, sorry. It's also having 2 yellows right behind it, and maybe it's the reason as why Lawrence will want to go for the reds, play yellow into reds, close the table playing reds, which is what exactly he does. He will, however, have a problem of 3 reds just behind the yellow of ASIKU at the corresponding corner pocket. Bottom right, he will want to play the cue ball into the pile-up and puts ASIKU's yellow in perfect combination play. And this could now set up a chance for Lawrence to win the frame, manipulate the clearance, try improve his scores, try and make ASIKU's victory come later, not now. Try and win a frame by a reverse dish, something that has been very difficult to come by. Come on, Lawrence, take this one home. Perhaps he will be bringing this one home. Thank you for watching. Modern Aguma, who is watching from Barara City, Western Uganda, he's supposed to be ASIKU's next opponent. I even don't know if this performance for ASIKU today will not be scaring Modern a little, but at least for the ongoing frame, Lawrence is showing his own qualities, most especially when he took the risk playing the reds, and yet he needed a combination shot to play the cue ball into the pile-up of reds and the yellow at the corner pocket where he's having his hands, which he got right. And at the business end of the frame, Lawrence gets to miss a shot which is a little summary of what his performance has been all match long. Yes, there was a level of difficulty. Yes, the black needed to be potted by playing it so sharp, but he should really have potted the ball. Of course, it was the intention of ASIKU to go for the pot, but bearing in mind that he needed defense just in case he was not able to pot the shot, which some players just call the eventuality, that in the event that you don't pot, what's next? You play snooker. Now Lawrence will be coming off the cushion. He will clearly be finding a black. He will be potting it. That one came close to him potting white as well. At least that will do. Off the cushion comes Lawrence and wins a fourth frame out of the first 17. It is Lawrence 4 and ASIKU 13. Rest to 16 for $300. Once again, the day will be long tomorrow if you are an addicted pool fan, because we shall be streaming a total of 15 or 16, actually 16 matches, all races to 9 for the course of the day for 2 hours. I'll be streaming both on Facebook and YouTube, and I will be joined by my partner in crime. We call him Detective of the Satellite Media Channel, to bring to you all of the games live from Shore Lounge in Chirunya, starting tomorrow at around 2 p.m. East African time. The first match of the day shall be between Herbert and ASIKU. I'll be sharing with you the chat. Those of you that are watching from Facebook, they've been drawn number 1 and 2. At the same time, there will be a match between the player that is called the Hustler taking on Alfred Gumikiriza, Black Sheep. Moses Bogere is asking if there will be another rematch between ASIKU and Ivan Murungi. Okay, I spoke with Ivan after the action from yesterday. He said that now, if the two are to rematch, if he's to play a third match against ASIKU, it will be Ivan to be in his own home district. And probably Big Kells is watching this one. So Ivan will want to host ASIKU. It will be ASIKU now to get onto the bus to travel close to 400 kilometers, maybe for a little bit, maybe for double or triple or quadruple the money, so that it can make business sense, so that the two can have one last piece of action between themselves. There is another piece of clearance that ASIKU is on the verge of manipulating here. This will be tricky, but ASIKU is equally tricky. I was wondering what he will be doing about that ball, because it would have been the bad of the 4 reds that were left on the table. He played top spin, playing the cue ball into the red, and bouncing the red off the cushion a little to leave it in a spot where it can be potted with a lot of ease, and at the same pocket close where it was anyway. He will be putting the 2 reds to the respective center pockets first, that is left and right, as he draws white closer to the last red on the table, which he will as well be potting with the top spin with the left English on the keyboard, bouncing it off the right cushion and moving leftwards behind black off cushion, and the rest is a formality. And believe you me, it is now 18 frames played. The youngster needs to win just 2 to record one of the biggest victories in his money match career. Jackson ASIKU 14, Lawrence Sengonge 4. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it is what it is. Good evening to you, Abigail Shiri. Says he's watching this one from Cape Town. You say it's feeling cold here. What I know is it's winter in Gauteng. I thought it is summer in Cape Town. I thought it is cold there. The weather that I experienced when I was in Gauteng a month ago is the most brutal coldness I have ever experienced in my life. I have to tell you that in this country where we are, there are no seasons. We don't know about summer or winter, that kind of thing. The weather, you can say, is good throughout there. You can literally survive in this country without owning a jacket in your life. We don't need them. Even what we have as cold weather, you still can survive without a jacket. But man, you guys who can survive in that coldness are real heroes. Moses Sesanga, you say that Lawrence needs to shake ASIKU's hand so that they stop here. He's a bad loser. Lawrence is my friend. This I can tell you. This one will hurt. He will go to his room and he will be imagining what he really should have done better. It's just my opinion that so far for the match, there isn't so much that he could have done better. Of course, there are a few unforced errors, most especially at the start of the match, but ultimately he's just being outclassed by the young man here. I even don't think asking for rematch is in order. If you lose the match, if you lose the match and the gap is big, you don't, in my opinion, have to ask for a rematch. You have to go back to the drawing board and then improve your game. Then ask for a rematch after a few weeks, maybe 5, 6, 7 weeks, which are months anyway. Austin Junior Maozo, thank you for watching To Saisido Rogers watching from Masaka in Uganda, welcome to the stream. And Sean Duncan, you say ASIKU should teach Caesar how to break. ASIKU has also gotten some dry breaks of his own, and I also remember at least once when he has broken with a scratch. Daniel Matomeni Sato, you say Dangote today came to charge his phone. Yeah, you guys are very brutal with your comments, eh? But it's okay. One day he will win, and then you will wonder what will have hit you. Mulad Jamedi, you said Dangote is playing outdated pool, eh? You are not very kind whatsoever with your comments. Kelvin Chiro, you say ASIKU to the world. You are enjoying the game from Kenya. Kelvin, where exactly in Kenya? I've been to some few places in that country, most especially the road between the border with Uganda up to Nairobi, and a little beyond Nairobi up to Kitengela, near the other river area alongside Mombasa Road. That place I know quite well. Molomba Daniel, you say rematch tomorrow? No. Tomorrow it's comp. It is tournament day, 16 players, cash prizes for the top 4. Now here comes ASIKU with all the confidence to play combination shot. He has already potted the last ball on the table. That was the black. By combination shot, maybe he's deciding that now it's a little too risky. But should the risk pay off, you see him winning the frame now. It is just him and his mind whether or not to take the risk and how to execute combination. Combine yellow, put both yellow and red to the same corner pocket, bottom right. Perfect. And even when he does things like that, although the majority in the crowd seem to be supporting him, nobody even claps their hands. They know that it has become ordinary stuff to this young man, who is one of the finest young shooters on the entire African continent, with due respect to all the great youngsters that shoot pool at a very high level today, most especially Taufik Mari from Cape Town, together with Ryan Williams, Richard Mushobe, Craig Mkala, Herbert Mukisa, amongst others. ASIKU misses. Finally, we see an unforced error from the young man. Must be only for the second time in the duration of the match, at least so far. Lawrence must make this one count. Port red to the corner pocket, top left, bounce the cue ball off the right cushion, move it all the way backwards. I think he has drawn back the cue ball very well. Black is portable with ease to the center pocket left, the center pocket right, sorry, as it will now be Lawrence's turn to punish ASIKU for an unforced error, as frame number 19 goes the way of Mr. Dangote. It is Lawrence Sengonge 5 and Jackson ASIKU 14. Still, Lawrence has a long way to go, needing to win 11, while ASIKU needs to win 2 out of the remaining 12. 14-5, rest to 16, ASIKU up. I think a maximum, I'm saying a very maximum of 1 hour could be enough for us to get done to this done to completion. And before I'm concluding the statement, maybe ASIKU is becoming overconfident, maybe too complacent, maybe the fight in him is becoming less. Maybe he knows this match is his to win or lose. Maybe he knows at the end of the day the chance will come. That is a little bit wrong of a mentality. And even in a top performance like he's having now, you still get to see a few areas where to polish. And will Lawrence be polishing this frame? Will he polishing the opportunity that is being given? Will he winning 2 frames in a row for the second time in the match? Will he make it 6? Koyana Tlengra is saying Taufik Mari, Ethan Chetty, Family Man, Mushobe Habat, ASIKU Jr. You need to get these boys in ultimate pool. Well. You have a very good point. Now Taufik Mari, the South African youngster, 17-year-old from Cape Town, is managed under Maide Brands, and it is the franchise that runs Ultimate Pool Africa. So I think that one with Ultimate Pool, he will be sorted. Ethan is no longer playing on the small table. He's now fully focused and specialized as a Heibo player, and is developing quite fast in Heibo. Only last year did he stop playing black ball, and yet he already came second in the Africa Heibo Open. He's the guy that lost out to Caesar in Harare about 3 weeks ago today. And then Family Man, then ASIKU, then Herbert. They look like ultimate players, but then they still need to play black ball. Hopefully their management teams are in sync. That is for Family Man, Nevson, and then for Herbert and ASIKU, big kills. Yes, I do agree with you. They are ultimate players naturally. And ultimately, frame number 19 is going the way of ASIKU. With a chance given to Lawrence, a chance that was not utilized, it will be ASIKU that will probably potting black either direct or off yellow near the center pocket. It goes in off yellow with the same exact consequence with Jackson ASIKU potting a 15th and needs the magic number 1. One more frame will win him the $300, which in his local currency is the more than 1 more million. Funny but true. Jackson ASIKU 15 and Lawrence Sengonge 5 race to 16 for $300. Funny comment from Patterson Katarega says Kayanja versus his student will be a great match. Not so long ago, or in the near future, I did speak to Kayanja and he says it will be a good game if I and my son, he calls him my son, got to challenge each other. at IKEMI 5177 says ASIKU and Jerry are making their management proud. Yes, of course they are. As a chance comes yet again, a chance that if ASIKU utilizes, he will be making himself $300 US richer. And this performance with assumption will be ASIKU's victory, and with a relatively big score, is a statement, a big statement made of what his abilities actually are, of where he does stand, not just in the future, but also the present. Look at how he's moving the cue ball with pinpoint accuracy. Could he have played the cue ball a few centimeters less of movement, he could have gotten himself snookered at least partially. He now has full sight of the yellow that he's just played and potted, and has one big shot to try and play. Pot yellow to the corner pocket bottom right, move the cue ball towards the top left end of the table. The last yellow on the table will have to be potted to the corresponding corner pocket at the bottom right. There goes the movement of the cue ball. It is okay, relatively okay. It moved a little further, but should be okay. He still can pot it. Naturally, white is played into the red, close to yellow. It has to be made to slide off the red, and yellow has to be on target. Yellow is on target. The match will be gone away from Lawrence. You are looking at a clearance of one of the finest youngsters on the African continent, making a statement, beating another of the country's renowned shooters. This time round with a very alarming scoreline, where there has been one good player, Lawrence, and pretty much an excellent player in Jackson ASIKU, who wins his 4th consecutive victory in terms of money matches and in terms of races and comps all combined. It is the 6th out of the last 7 as dominant as the word dominant itself. Well played, well dominated. As for Lawrence, more lessons to learn, more practice to do, as ASIKU will be waiting for his next assignment that will be coming tomorrow. Today has been his excellent day. Final score: Lawrence Sengonge 5 and Jackson ASIKU 16. I wish you a very good rest of the evening. May the Almighty God bless you, and Murare Jakanaka.